In my first few weeks of being monetized on YouTube with over 1,000 subscribers, I made $172.39. I know that's a juicy detail you came here for, so I wanted to get it out there right away. But wait, there's so much more I want to share, like how I got monetized without going super viral, how I landed a brand deal with just 700 subscribers, how much I got paid for that brand deal, and the key lessons I've learned in my YouTube journey that I think will really help other small creators in the same boat. So keep on watching. Okay, let's start with my backstory because I feel like everybody starts with that. So in January of 2023, I quit my corporate job to go full-time on my Etsy business selling digital products. Yep, that's what I do for a living in case you're new here. But as much as I love Etsy, I realized I couldn't just rely on one income stream. I mean, if something ever happened to my shop, I'd have nothing else to fall back on. So I figured, why not add content creation as another income stream? And that's how this whole YouTube journey started. When I first started on YouTube, my niche was totally different from what it is now. Back then, I thought I wanted to be a travel vlogger since I love traveling and I thought it would be like the perfect fit. So I figured, why not travel, monetize those experiences through content creation? So I went on a trip to Europe in October of 2023 and I uploaded my first ever YouTube video in November 11, 2023. If you scroll back to my earliest uploads, those are all from that Europe trip I'm talking about. I kept at the whole travel and lifestyle vlogging thing for almost a year up until October of 2024. But honestly, I wasn't seeing much growth. Plus, I was running out of content ideas because, well, I didn't have any more trips lined up and I can't exactly splurge on another trip just for content. So now I'm back to the drawing board figuring out what else could I talk about on YouTube? Like, what other parts of my life could I share that people would actually find interesting? That's when the idea hit me to share my journey of quitting my corporate job to go full-time on Etsy. Now, at first I was super hesitant because if you look on YouTube, everyone who's talking about Etsy seems like a business coach or like someone selling courses. Their content is all about Etsy. That's it. First of all, I didn't want to come off as any type of coach because I am very far from that. And second of all, I didn't want to box myself into just making Etsy related content. You see, I genuinely enjoy creating regular vlogs, and so I didn't want to stop doing that just for the sake of growing faster. I want to grow my YouTube channel while still keeping it fun and enjoyable for me. So I had to figure out a way to make videos about my Etsy journey while still staying true to my core. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure this one out. So if you look at my recent videos, that's what we ended up with in terms of finding that balance so far. But guess what? It actually worked. That's when I finally started seeing growth on my YouTube channel. So here are some of my key takeaways based on this journey. I think my journey proves that enjoying something, like how I love traveling, right, doesn't always mean it's the best niche for you to be creating content on. Of course, if you've already decided on a niche, you want to go all in, you don't want to try anything else, I am all for it, you do you. But for those of you who are not 100% committed and sure about your niche yet, don't be afraid to experiment with something else and see where that takes you, especially if the niche you started early on isn't showing much growth. Like for me, it turned out people really connected with my business videos. So if something isn't working for you, it is totally okay to pivot and try something else. My next key takeaway is that videos that provide value to your audience will always outperform other types of content, especially if you're just starting out. Now, I don't mean to be harsh here, but it's really hard to grow a following at the beginning when you're only sharing about what's happening in your life. It's not impossible, but it's much harder because, let's be real, nobody cares about what's happening in your life when they don't know you yet. The key to getting people to watch is offering them something they can benefit from, whether that's inspiration, knowledge, or entertainment. So when you're just starting out, focus on creating content that deliver value. My next key takeaway is that lifestyle as a niche on YouTube is kind of a tricky one. On the surface, it seems like the easiest. I mean, you're just showing your life, right? But in reality, it's actually one of the hardest to grow in because it is so broad and there are so many people doing it. Without a clear focus, it's hard to stand out or attract viewers that feel like your content is for them. If you're really set on creating lifestyle videos, I suggest narrowing it down a bit to make it easier for people to connect with you. For example, instead of just doing a day in my life vlogs, you could create a day in my life as a small business owner working from home, or a day in my life as a 28-year-old living in New York City. you get the point. The key is finding a unique angle or theme about you that keeps people coming back for more. So I'm sure you all know this, but just in case you don't, the requirements to get monetized on YouTube is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I hit 1,000 subscribers on December 15, 2024, and I reached 4,000 watch hours just a few days later on December 21, 2024. So altogether, it took me 1 year and 1 month to finally get monetized. Now I want to show you my analytics from when I was focused on creating travel and lifestyle vlogs versus when I shifted gears and started creating business-related content because I think it's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna look at my iPad here for the data because I don't have it memorized. So from the time I started my channel until October of 2024, I was only posting travel and lifestyle vlogs, right? So in about 11 months of consistent content creation, I gained only 364 subscribers and 2,392 watch hours. My growth was painfully slow. The one standout video during that time was my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 review, which got about 10,000 views, which is the closest to what I can call a viral video. Now let's compare that to my analytics after I posted my first business-related video in November of 2024. So in just under 2 months, I gained 666 subscribers, okay, and 1,810 watch hours. That is more growth in 2 months than what I had in almost a year. It's wild to see the difference when you find the type of content that really resonates with your audience. Okay, let's talk about my key takeaways from that. The first is you can get monetized without going super viral. I see my journey as an example of that. For me, viral means hitting at least 50,000 views or more, and I've never had that happen. You see, a lot of people who share their monetization stories on YouTube talk about how one of their videos suddenly blew up and got them there, but that wasn't my experience. So I want you to know that you don't need a massive viral moment to get monetized. Slow and steady growth can get you there too. It's proof that persistence and consistency really do pay off. YouTube is definitely a long game. You need to be ready to create content consistently for months or even years before you see any real growth. Sure, there are people who get monetized in a month or hit it big within 90 days, but if that doesn't happen for you, don't get discouraged because that is not the norm for most of us. It is totally normal for it to take time. My advice, keep creating. You never know when your breakthrough moment will happen, and the only way to find that out is by staying consistent and continuing to put content out there. Now let's dive into my analytics since I got monetized. So these stats cover December 21, 2024 to February 9, 2025, basically from when I got monetized up to when I'm filming this video. So during that time frame, I got 18,307 views, 1,500 watch hours, gained 376 subscribers, and made $172.39 in Canadian dollars because I live in Canada, which is about 120 USD in today's conversion rate. Here's a breakdown of my earnings per month. So in December, I made $22.79. January, I made $132.38. And in February so far, I made $17.22. I upload once a week, by the way, just to give you an idea of my posting frequency. My highest paid day was January 13 when I made $12.09. And my lowest paid day was December 31 when I made 50 cents. My highest earning video is a video where I talk about how to start a business while working full-time. So this video got 4,516 views and 401 watch hours, earning $51.45. That means my RPM, or revenue per mil, for this video is $11.40. In case you don't know, RPM means how much money I earn per 1,000 views. So in this video, my RPM is $11, which means I earn $11 for every 1,000 views. Now, these earnings get even more interesting when I compare them to what I made through the Amazon Influencer Program, which is one of my sources of income. Basically, I create short video reviews of products, and if people watch them and decides to buy that product, I earn a commission. These are low-effort 30-second videos with no editing. Basically, I just share my honest opinion about the product. Okay, first month on the Amazon Influencer Program, I made $78.60 USD, which is about 111 Canadian dollars, and that is with 37 video reviews. In my second month, I made $119.68 USD, which is about 170 Canadian dollars, and that is with 75 video reviews. Okay, so what is my key takeaway here? While YouTube pays well once you're big, it doesn't exactly pay much when you're just starting out. So I wouldn't expect to quit my job right away once you finally get monetized. What I can suggest for you to do while you wait for your channel to grow is to explore other income streams like maybe the Amazon influencer program, which can pay just as much or even more with less effort. Okay, let's talk about how I landed a brand deal with only 700 subscribers. Honestly, this story still feels a little surreal to me because when you think about brand deals, you usually think of creators with like tens of thousands of followers, right? So back in November, I decided to switch niches. Not long after that shift, a brand reached out to me directly via email, letting me know that they want to partner with me. No cold emailing, no pitching myself. I just woke up one morning to a "would love to collaborate with you" email in my inbox. Now, I know a lot of creators recommend reaching out to brands, especially when you're just starting out. And while that strategy can work, I know from the very beginning that it wasn't for me. First off, I am way too shy to email brands and basically say, "Hi, please work with me." Second, I strongly believe that my energy is better spent on creating good content that draws brands to me rather than chasing them. And this is proof that it works. For this brand deal, I was paid 600 USD, which is about $800 Canadian, which is not bad at all, especially for a channel with under 1,000 subscribers at the time. Okay, my key takeaways. Having niche clarity makes a huge difference in landing brand deals. You see, brands want to work with creators whose content aligns with their products or values, right? If your channel is all over the place, covering too many unrelated topics, it can be hard for them to see how you'd be a good fit. But when you're clear about your niche, it's like giving brands a direct signal: this is who I am, and this is what I create. It helps them instantly see how collaborating with you can benefit both sides. Bottom line is that having a clear niche makes you stand out and makes it easier for brands to approach you. My next key takeaway is that you don't need a huge subscriber count to land brand deals. And this is such an important point because I think a lot of creators, myself included, sometimes think you need thousands of subscribers to even be on a brand's radar, but that's not true at all. My experience proves that brands care more about the quality of your content and how well you fit their vision than the size of your audience. So if you're just starting out and wondering if brand deals are even possible with a small audience, here's my advice. Focus on creating valuable, authentic content that resonates with your niche. When you do, brands will notice even if your subscriber count isn't huge. I'm all the proof you need. Okay, before I end this video, I want to add 2 more key takeaways that I learned from all of this. I promise these are the last ones, but I really think they're worth mentioning. Lean into your unfair advantage. You have something that makes you unique, something that gives you an edge, whether it's your skills, your experiences, or even just your personality. That's your unfair advantage, and that's what will set you apart in a sea of creators. For example, when I started my channel, I realized my experience as a small business owner gave me a unique perspective that not everyone can share. I could talk about things like selling digital products or starting a business from scratch in a way that feels authentic, because I'd actually lived it. It wasn't just theory, it was my story. Your unfair advantage could be anything. Maybe you're great at storytelling, or you have a quirky sense of humor that makes people instantly love you. Maybe you've had unique experiences that others can relate to, or you're very knowledgeable about a specific topic. Whatever it is, don't downplay it. Lean into it. The beauty of YouTube is that there's an audience for everyone. The more you embrace what makes you different, the more you'll attract people who'll connect with you for you. That's how you create content that feels genuine, and that's what keeps people coming back for more. So ask yourself, what's your unfair advantage? Once you figure that out, use it to your full potential. Don't let the fear of haters stop you from following your dream. Like everyone else in this industry, I was terrified to start. The thought of people leaving mean comments or criticizing me kept playing over and over in my head. But you know what? Looking back, I am so glad I didn't let that fear win. Most people on this platform are actually very kind. Yes, you'll get the occasional negative comment. It's unavoidable. But honestly, those comments are such a tiny fraction compared to the positivity and support you'll receive. The vast majority of people who watch my videos have been nothing but kind, encouraging, and even grateful for the content that I share. So if that's you, thank you. So don't let the fear of haters hold you back. If you're chasing a dream in a public space, there will always be people with opinions, and not all of them will be nice. Even if you're as kind and pure as Mother Teresa or Mother Mary, some people just won't like what you do, and sometimes for no reason at all. Think about it. You've probably seen creators you don't vibe with or don't feel like watching. It doesn't mean they're doing something wrong, they're probably just not your cup of tea. The same goes for you. Some people might not vibe with your content, and that's totally okay. Doesn't mean anything's wrong with you, as long as of course you're not creating notorious content or anything like that. So don't overthink it. Keep creating and doing what you love. For every hater, there are so many kind and supportive people out there who will cheer you on, I promise. Alright, that's a wrap. I hope you found this video helpful whether you're just starting your YouTube journey or you're curious about what it's like to make money with a smaller channel. I'm proof that you can monetize with a smaller audience too. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And hey, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or want me to dive deeper into anything I talked about today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!